A twist of fate. Lovers reunite after 15 years in the Jamaican hills. The hot Caribbean sun beamed on Point Hill as Simona strode through the bustling marketplace. She had just returned to Jamaica from New York for her cousin's wedding, 15 years after leaving everything behind, including the man she had once loved. Back then, she was just a girl in love, full of hope and the belief that she and Troy were meant to be. But Troy was caught in a tangled relationship with another woman, and despite their undeniable chemistry, he felt duty-bound to stay. Heartbroken, Simona left for the States, vowing never to look back. Now in her early 30s, Simona was strong, independent, and successful, but her heart had never truly healed. She had tried dating, even relationships, but no one could fill the void Troy had left. And here she was, walking the market streets of Point Hill, the familiar sounds and smells filling her with nostalgia and a hint of sadness. She had no idea her life was about to change forever. As she picked through fresh fruits at a vendor's stall, she felt someone's eyes on her. She looked up, and there was Troy, just as handsome as she remembered, his face etched with a few lines of age, but eyes still carrying the same deep, smoldering look that had once captivated her. Simona. Troy's voice was filled with shock and warmth. It was as if no time had passed, yet their whole lives had changed. They both felt an electricity pass between them. Caught in each other's gaze, neither knew quite what to say. They quickly began chatting, asking about each other's lives, laughing over shared memories. Troy told her how life had kept him in Point Hill, and she spoke of the career she had built in New York. Despite their years apart, there was an unspoken understanding between them, a feeling that they had been on separate journeys but were now exactly where they were supposed to be. That night, they found themselves sitting beneath a mango tree, watching the moonlight cast shadows over the hills. They reminisced, and soon enough, Troy took her hand. As he held her fingers, memories came flooding back, their stolen moments from years ago, the promises they hadn't dared to make, and the love they'd been forced to bury. But Point Hill was a small town, and word of their reunion spread fast. The town gossips caught wind, and soon, rumors swirled about Troy and that girl who came back from abroad. Troy's old flame, who had once been the reason for their separation, was still around and not too pleased to see back in town. People whispered about the American girl trying to steal Troy away, and questioned if she had come back to break up his life. Despite the gossip and lingering resentment, Troy and Simona continued to see each other, meeting in quiet spots around Point Hill, where they could be themselves. They grew closer with each encounter, sharing their dreams, regrets, and newfound wisdom from the years apart. Their romance was both thrilling and terrifying, rekindling a forbidden flame they thought had died. They both knew the risks of diving back into each other's lives, but neither could resist. Troy, torn between his loyalty to his past and his rekindled love for Simona, decided he could no longer live without her. He wanted to build a life with her, one he'd been denied years ago. For a year, they worked through obstacles and opposition, staying strong despite the pressure. Simona's patience and love helped Troy free himself from his past, and finally, on a warm evening in Point Hill, surrounded by friends and family, they exchanged vows. Simona wore a delicate dress, her curls cascading down her shoulders, and Darren looked at her as if she was his entire world. This time, they weren't holding back. Their love story sent a ripple through Point Hill, becoming a tale of hope and courage for everyone around them. They showed that real love doesn't always follow a clear path, and that sometimes life's detours can lead you right where you're meant to be. The scandalous part of their love story, the whispered secrets, the hidden meetups, was now a cherished legend in the town, and Simona and Troy became a beacon of resilience and love. Troy and Simona's love story reflects a valuable lesson for today's society. Life has its timing. When we try to control everything, we may miss out on what truly matters. Their journey teaches us not to cling to fear or to hold on to the past. Sometimes, letting go allows us to find the people who are truly meant for us. Even when we must walk our separate paths, the right love will return if it's destined to be.